Yo, what's up? This is your boy Postman, and you are tuned in to Post in the Diary Room. Welcome to Post in the Diary Room. And as you may know, every day is a good day to get a delivery from the postman. And of course, if this is your very first time tuning in, please kindly like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever is necessary to engage with the content, and most importantly, enjoy the review. Because this one is very celebratory, because we are talking about Tyson Sybateli's new project titled Home, the Yard Edition. So the Yard Edition comes after the release of Home, which is a classic, and that classic dropped obviously in 2022. And to be quite honest, I do not think that this project was meant to release the way that it did, in a sense that like Home is a standalone project, and as a standalone project it was really good. And now when you add 6 more joints, it's more of like a deluxe. And I understand that he's celebrating 2 years of the project, but I honestly felt like it wasn't really necessary, because the 6 tracks in a sense do apply as an EP, a standalone EP for that matter. And that's because when you listen to Decide, the first track on this particular project titled Home Edition, and then you listen to the outro being 108, those two basically play as the beginning and the end of a project. And after that, after the outro being 108, comes the standard. And to be quite honest, the standard for me is one of the greatest intros that I've ever heard in South African hip hop, because it just shoots you right into the project and what the project is all about, and it more or less sets the tone for the rest of the project. So now it makes it a lot longer, and to be quite honest, also it makes it very much uninteresting, to be quite honest. But I understand that in line with celebrating the project, you are pumping life into the project. But in any case, the project titled Home Edition features the likes of Francis J, Tron Paya, Words, as well as Imani Basquiat. And on production, you do have guys that he came up with, like the likes of Baito Manong, Physique, Melange, just to name a few. Moving on, the song Decide plays as the very first song of this particular project. It has drums that are very essential. It also consists of a bounce, a bass line, and piano keys as well. But I think what stands out for me is that Tyson Sybateli opens it up by just telling us about his trials and tribulations that he's faced in his life, and touches base on the effect that COVID-19 had on his life. But also, in the same breath, the rap element of Tyson Sybateli also comes in, where now he uses a one-liner or some silly lines to basically bring an idea forth, but also plays it or compares it or pairs it rather with the idea of something else. There is a part where he says, trying to touch 100 M's just to understand what you're saying. I was fasting. You know, what he's doing there is he's basically paying homage to Usain Bolt. And if I'm not mistaken, Usain Bolt is an athlete. Not even Woods, he's an athlete, man. We all know Usain Bolt is an athlete, but I'm just being, trying to be professional and conservative and journalistic about it. Tyson Sybateli pays homage to Usain Bolt, who's an athlete, 100-meter racer. And basically when he says he's trying to touch 100 M's, he's basically paying homage to Usain Bolt, in the sense that he's saying 100 meters by Usain Bolt, but he also wants to make money. And it also links with the next line where he says, just to understand what you're saying, because he's saying what you're saying and also saying what you're saying. Who you saying in this particular context refers to Usain Bolt, and it connects with the 100 M's, if you understand what I'm saying. And then he says, I was fasting also is another layer that I'm peeling off at this point, because Usain Bolt is very fast. But also now he's basically telling us about the things that he would need to do, or things that he was doing while he was chasing that 100 M, if you understand. He was fasting, but also that fasting also ties up that idea of him talking or paying homage to Usain Bolt, if you understand what I'm saying. I think I'm cooking here. Bridge is a sample of a song titled Never Failed, and this is a song by, or when I looked for the song, right, or it came out as a song under an artist by the name The Boy Named Simba, who's a creative in South Africa, based in South Africa, a South African creative. And when you listen to the progression of that song and the progression of that particular bridge, there are particular elements that actually make you realize, Uti, perhaps Tyson even took it from there. I'm not saying he stole it, but this is why I'm saying he probably sampled it. And yeah, I think Nakona, who's to say what, because it actually sounds good. I think respectively the two songs sound good, and I think the use of the sample also makes a lot more sense. And the way that they had it in the middle of the song, just before the second verse, where Tyson Sybateli switches a tone now, where he's just expressing how grateful he is for the things that God has done for him, is also really impactful, because now he's never failed, and now he's telling us how God has never failed him, because hence why I'm talking about the sudden change in tone. Up to you. Most definitely is my favorite song on this particular project, because yeah, this is a song about a hand that he likes. Tyson Sybateli Shela, and Imani Basquiat's performance out here was really, really amazing. I think he's had an outstanding year and an insane run of features. And I think with this particular joint, this was a crazy performance because I think for me, it shows off his range because on every feature, he sounds different. He just gets something out of the bag that sounds absolutely different. And but also another part that also stands out for me is how Tyson Sybateli came into this joint and then switched up a flow. Like there's a flow switch the way it has a very goofy delivery, but in the same breath, it's very interesting where he's tying up words that end with so, though, extendo, extendo. How he has internal rhyme as well as end rhymes, just making sense and just connecting that with that. I think for me, Tyson Sebeteli's efforts on this particular joint were really amazing, and this is why it then renders the idea or the thought that this is my favorite song right now. And whereas in actual fact, it is my favorite song to listen to right now because I love the song so much. When Strike a Pose dropped, I think it brought a lot of things into perspective with regards to Tyson Sabateli, because first and foremost, I realized that how the song dropped was not promoted by Sony, and the link also, for me, when I looked at it, it didn't have anything or affiliation to Sony anymore. And then it raised some eyebrows to say, but what's Homie doing now? What's up? Was Homie still at Sony? And all those things. But essentially, what I'm trying to get to here is that when the song dropped, I realized that maybe he's not with Sony anymore, and he did some 21 questions with Tyson Sabateli. Is it 22? I think 22 questions with Tyson Sabateli, and he answered those kind of questions. And yeah, he brought a lot of things into perspective. And it turns out, yes, he has left Sony. And if I'm not mistaken, I stand to be corrected. He was under them for like a deal nyana for one project type thing, and then they were then supposed to renegotiate the terms and all those things. But unfortunately, Tyson felt that yeah, he doesn't need to be signed in any case. But on a lighter note, when Strike a Pose first dropped, I wasn't really impressed because I didn't understand. Okay, what are we doing here? I remember I was in class here. Like, yeah, the song is not bad, but when it dropped as the lead single, I was actually confused with what's actually happening. And because you kind of would see like a dip in the performances coming from Present, where like it was very strong, and now he's coming in with a song like this. But the song is more of him paying homage to the fallen heroes such as Ricky Rick as well as AKA. But essentially, holistically, the main idea behind the song is that he's shedding light into how there's so many people in the industry who are just pretending to be something that they are not. But I think another thing that made my heart feel at ease was when I heard the joint in the project, because it just comes after Up to You. And when you listen to Up to You as well as Strike a Pose, they are not really in the same type of soundscape, but they are at the same time. Song Real Love alongside Words actually heightened the idea that yeah, maybe we're just not too far, because when this song was actually progressing, it was hitting us with the Sek Figabo, it's like this guy, he's really, really trying to, tap into that Zulu bag or that Venek bag, but he just needs the right song. And I know at some point it's gonna come. And with this particular joint, I think also it just showcases the chemistry that him and Words have established over the past few years. And I think also we are not very far from Tyson Sabateli / Words project. I actually enjoyed the fact that Words was actually on the hook. He didn't rap. Tyson was just doing his thing out there, just rapping. But essentially, this song for me functioned as a filler, just like Smoking Gun was, because I think Tron out there had minimal involvement in the song, and the song was just a bunch of ideas being addressed, a bunch of people being addressed, and yeah, not much to the song for me. The song is not bad. It's just that I don't really like the song. It's a song that I would skip in the project, and it's a song that I skip in the project. So I think Smoking Gun is a skip for me. Now, to finish things off, the song 108 actually plays as a song where Tyson Sebeteli took a moment to speak on social commentary, or do the social commentary thing where he talks about the current war between Rafah as well as Gaza. So he's basically touching base on the things that are happening in the world, and he's using his platform to like share his solidarity with the people that are suffering as a result of the wars that are taking place around the world. What I like about this song is that he used a monotone approach, and he's actually talking about things that really matter, affecting people around the world, things that are affecting people in real life, things that actually matter. And wow, what a shift. And the fact that 108 in the spiritual world stands for God, universal energy, and all those other things. Basically, he's just spreading universal love. He's basically standing in solidarity with the people that may have been affected by all the evil that's taking place in the world. To be quite honest, I enjoyed this project. I thought that Tyson Sybateli was great for the major shift that he put on. He showcased Utiena. He's not really stuck up on the present, and he's not really stuck up on where he comes from. He's actively going forward, because I think this project sounds very much differently from present, and that's what I actually like. It shows off his growth and his potential to even go further, and he's a man with many insane possibilities, and that's Tyson Sabertelli for you. But overall, this project gets a 7 out of 10 from me. It has a lot of replay value, and it's something that I can spin back to. And I think I've been bumping Decide a lot, because yeah, I think right now I'm just in a process where I'm just letting God decide everything that's happening in my life. And I think that song for me is one of the best songs on the project. It's just that my favorite song is obviously up to you. Like I said, this project gets a 7 out of 10. Tyson Sabertelli's Home Yard Edition gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Post on the diary, and please kindly like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever is necessary to engage with the content. And most importantly, I'll see you on the next one.